Welcome back to Fairy Tale Anime Review. This is episode number 11. Yep, I'm finally doing episode reviews of Fairy Tale. I've been wanting to do this for quite a while because I was waiting for the dub to get released. And finally, yes, the dub was finally uploaded just today. Yep, we're covering the first episode of the final season of Fairy Tale. Yep. And before I get started with the review, I had heard, how many episodes they had announced for this particular season. That this is going to be 50 episodes. Okay, that's a pretty good amount. Despite the fact there's 126 chapters you got to adapt. Which, when I saw look at the future episodes, they're probably going to, increase with three chapters. But this one does 2 full chapters, parts, a couple others. Yep. This episode adapts chapters 420, 421, pages 7 through 11 of 422, pages 17 19 of 494, and of course pages 3 and 6 of chapter 495. Yes, this one currently covers 2 full chapters and parts of 3 different chapters. Yeah, simply put, this kind of takes place not long after the events of the end of the previous season, when he had Natsu take Lucy out of the capital of Lore to go rebuild Fairy Tale. Okay, so they figure though they try to do some traveling. Of course, they also defeat a giant boar and eat it, and even Natsu points out, man, this thing must be delicious. Even Lucy points out, yep, he's right. This thing is delicious. It's delicious meat. And then they go to the town where is. Yep, where Lamia and Scale is. Why they go there? So they get Wendy and Carla. Yep, that's the reason why they went there, to get those 2. Not bad choice. They go after these 2. It takes a little while. Now, I should point out that she is asked when they chance to visit the guild. Everybody's so happy to see not only Wendy and Carla, which Carla apparently now has an ability to turn into a human. Something Happy can't do yet. Yep. Yeah, apparently according to Carla, she attained this ability through all the training she endured for the past year. Yep. So yeah, and it's also revealed that Sharita, Wendy's best friend, got married during the time skip. Yep, she got married to a guy from Blue Pegasus. Even though it was first introduced, she was into the guy who was sort of someone who was like Gray, but then she fell for another guy, and then they got married, and there's that. Oh yeah, and Sharita is actually Sherry's cousin. Yep. And at first, I'll just pick up Wendy. It's yep, we're gonna take you and go back to Fairy. It's just nah, we're not gonna do that at the present moment. And the whole Thanksgiving festival. The name of the episode is called. This is the function dub title. The Lamia Thanksgiving Festival, which is like the harvest festival in the town where the Fairy Tale Guild normally is. And it was even let's see, you have Leon doing ice sculptures, something also that Gray can do this too. Let's see, you also have the animal guy who was kind of like his henchman before he joined Lamia and Scale. He does impersonations. Oh, and he still has a sock as on a necklace. He has the strange things for socks. As far as I know, this has never been explained. Yeah, that's one of the weird things about this character. Is he's obsessed with socks. And then we have Wendy and Sharita singing a fantastic song. Part of the song is about Natsu. Well, I should point out, though, she just looks at Natsu as a big brother. Which Natsu himself doesn't have a really big problem with that because, well, here's kind of the thing. Natsu, when he and Wendy first met, Natsu was about 17 when they first met. Basically, he's 5 years older than she is. And he's more interested in Lucy than he is Wendy. And, yeah. And, of course, Serena is a sky god slayer. That's basically her power. And then, toward the end of the episode, we have the town, which Lamia and Scale is in, is attacked by a rival guild named Orion Scale. yeah, their rival guild of Lamia and Scale. It's like, and according to the guild master, that they always had thing against it, so they launch the thing. They also revealed prior to this whole thing happening that there's a new Wizard Council, and it's not made up of a bunch of pricks. Nope. It's made up of the 10 Wizard Saints, which that's awesome. Which means they can control everything because without the Wizard Council, like, how are they going to do stuff? Simple. It's like they had to form a new Wizard Council to control the guilds. So I guess the Wizard Saints, with the exception of Makarov, he's actually missing. Yeah, he's actually missing. Though his explanation is not explained until the final arc of the series. Alvarez Empire. That's where it's actually explained. In the case of this one, they don't explain it at this point, but they do explain it later. Also, the Fairy Tale Dragon Cry film takes place after this arc and before Alvarez Empire. Also, there's hints at the start of the episode. You see shadows of characters who are part of the Avatar cult. Yeah, basically, they're the villains in this particular arc. They actually don't show up until about 3 episodes in. Yeah, you have to wait to episode 3 to finally see these people. So basically, this episode and the following one is just basically getting Wendy back. That's the plot of the next episode. It's a continuation of this one. This overall is a good start to this particular season. Now, also, the episode opened kind of like just after the Avatar arc just wrapped up. We have Natsu, Lucy, Happy, Carla, Gray, Juvia, and Urza. And this is the only time you see Urza in this whole episode, just as opening bit. Urza does not show up again until, when I looked up, she is not appearing again for at least for a few episodes. So it takes a little while for her to show up. I looked up online, so that's where she shows up. I haven't watched the other 3 episodes yet that come after this one. No, I haven't. I know that next episode's airing, I think, this weekend. Yeah, it airs on Saturdays. But, like with the dub for Black Clover, it takes like 3 weeks after it's initially aired in Japan to release over here. Like, my guess is Funimation doesn't want to do the whole thing of releasing the dub the day after the stuff comes out. That's what they're doing with, they were doing that with Tokyo Re and My Hero Academia, but for some reason they stopped doing that. So now I have to wait a while before I get a chance to see like where they're up to right now. Like, to get to like the most recent episode, I have to wait 3 weeks from now in order to do that because I'm watching the dub. And I like watching the dub. I love the Fairy Tale dub. It's fantastic. I love it. Heck, I even spoke to Todd Heppercorn about this, and even he was looking forward to doing this because he loves Fairy Tale. I do too. So, this is a fantastic episode. And next week it's going to cover, I looked up online because this episode already aired. Next episode is definitely going to cover chapters 422 and 423. That's next week. And, of course, starting with the 3rd episode, they're going to cover 3 chapters, which is hopefully going to be better. Now, I kind of predicted that this arc would last, I kind of predicted in my head before I even did this video, that this particular arc would last for 9 episodes if it did 2 episodes a week. It's looking like it might last for about 7 or 8 episodes this rate, but who knows? It all depends exactly how far they get this thing. The arc itself is not very long. It's only about 20 chapters. And so far, in just 2 episodes, well, this arc has only been around for about 3 episodes so far, because I'm counting the 2 episodes from last season. So roughly, it's only been like 3 episodes in, and they've only covered 4 chapters. Excuse me, there is a reason for that, because those episodes, like the final 2 episodes of the previous season, which aired like 2 years ago, that only covered the first 2, like those 2 episodes covered 1 chapter apiece. Now we're back to covering more. The other reason why we're doing that was because the series went hiatus 2 years ago. And my guess is after this season, they probably would not go on hiatus again. Unless, of course, they plan to adapt the current series, Century, the 100 Years Quest, which I'll give my thoughts on right now. It's a really good arc, and it does pick up like right where the series of it. I will be doing weekly reviews of this particular series. I'm gonna get with this particular thing, you have Team Natsu, which consists of Natsu, Happy, Lucy, Wendy, Carla, Gray, and Urza. They're basically on a quest to basically fulfill the quest that Guildarts failed at. Yep. So they go to like a foreign land. They run into a guy who knew Aguiloga. As a matter of fact, he didn't know Aguiloga even died. And of course, they run into another guild who apparently the whole thing is full of dragon slayers, fifth generation dragon slayers, which they eat dragons. Yes, not kidding. Also, there's about 2 chapters where they actually they spend time wearing their swimsuits. I'm not kidding. Yeah, like 2 chapters in a row we have characters wearing their swimsuits because they're underwater. That's the reason for that. But it's good so far. Also, there's actually this particular scene. I think it's happened in chapter 9, where you have Gonjo shadowing a friend of his, and Levy's not very happy with it. And Levy knows that even though Levy does probably still love him, especially since she's carrying his child. Yeah, she's carrying his child. Yeah, this happened like in between like the end of the Alvarez Empire and the start of this arc. Yeah, it was a minor time skip, not really a big one, but yeah, she was revealed to be pregnant, and everyone thinks it's Gonzo. It probably is Gonzo's child, so Gonzo knows not to upset Levy. Though I do like the fact he put on like a trench coat, act like a detective. So he kind of acts like his counterpart from Edoros, where he loves to shadow people. Because his counterpart from Edoros was a reporter. Yeah, his counterpart from Edoros, from what I remember, he looked almost exactly like Gonjo, like normally those counterparts do, except he had no piercings, and he's not and there's 2 differences between him and his Edoros counterpart. His Edoros counterpart doesn't have piercings, doesn't eat metal, and he's not a dragon slayer. Just a normal human. And apparently got along with him so well. The only counterparts who actually did not get along with each other was Urza and her Edoros counterparts. They're the only 2 who did not get along with each other at all. They hated each other. They frequently beat the crap out of each other. Yeah. But yeah, that's really it for when it comes to that. But the arc itself was really good. But expect to see more. Expect to see chapter reviews of that. And I'm also planning on doing like my own thoughts on Eden Zero, probably in a Fairy Tail special. And of course, the other Fairy Tail spin-off one featuring Happy. Yep, I'll talk about that. But yeah, expect later on today to talk about my next part for my review of Rave Master. Yep, but until you see the next review, bye.